Welcome to another episode of the Pandemic Cook, and today we're going to be preparing one special recipe, Greek recipe, Tzatziki. So for you that are familiar with Tzatziki, it's not recommended on a first date, but if you do decide to have Tzatziki on a first date and your relationship moves on and gets serious and you get married, it will fortify that relationship in the long run, trust me. So let's start it. We're 24 hours prior to preparing it. So what we need to do is the ingredients. So we have 3 cups. I'm going with 3 cups of Greek yogurt, 0% milk fat, plain. All right, very important. So we got 3 cups and also a full cucumber. Now, what I mean by full cucumber, about this big, all right? So you take the peel off, you get it prepared, and the next step now is we need to take the seeds off. So how do we do the seeds? You get a little scooper, and you slowly take the seeds out. Bear with me, it's the first time that I'm doing it. And so you make a little groove, get all those seeds out. So we got 1 and 2, and once you get all the seeds out, the next step will begin. The idea is you need to strain both the yogurt and the cucumber for 24 hours prior to putting the secret recipe into play. And it's very important to take the water, to drain that water from cucumbers. And people that love cucumbers, you realize how much water it contains. So once you got your seeds removed, then step 2 is we need to grate it before we drain it. Rhymes, huh? Grate it before you drain it. And how are we going to do that? We take our grater and we go to the lowest position. And let's do this real quick here. We'll put it on the plate. Look, just to give you an idea, just the seeds alone, look how much water is in there. Okay, so you need to get those seeds out and then start executing the grating. So let's put it towards the camera for everybody to see. And each cucumber, just grate it. And you'll realize as you are grating it, you'll see how much water is coming out. And that's very important. And we're coming down to the last piece. So once you've completed grating your cucumber, let's put that in there. Basically, the next step is to get it out of your strainer, and we're going to use a coffee filter, a natural coffee filter. And what we're going to do is we're going to place it through this other strainer, and we're going to pour now what we shredded into the coffee filter. And let me show up close to the camera. Here we go. So we got the full cucumber, all right, shredded, and we're going to put this in the fridge. We're going to put it in the fridge overnight. Just let it sit there, and then tomorrow we'll be ready to get that on the go. Now, as far as the yogurt, so we got our 3 cups of yogurt. A little messy, but that's what it is in the kitchen. So let's get that yogurt poured into the coffee filter. Now this could be a little tricky because it is thick, so you just want to make sure you get it all onto the coffee filter for the overnight. And again, it doesn't have to be a complete 24 hours, as long as it's been there in the fridge for the next like 12 hours, 14 hours to try to drain it. And there you go. So we'll put this in the fridge, and we'll touch bases later on, to be exact, tomorrow. Okay folks, 14 hours later. So we got our Greek yogurt drained overnight, and the same thing with our cucumber. So these are fully drained. The best results are between 12 to 24 hours. The more the better that you'll get to taste. So I've also lined up to show you the ingredients needed now for our next step to finally create the authentic Greek tzatziki. All right, if you want to impress somebody, these are the steps you got to take. So first up, we've got salt. So we need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Use your favorite salt. This is ours. Second up, 2.5 tablespoons of your favorite olive oil. Greek olive oil. Nothing beats it. That's our favorite. Oloena. Next, this puppy right here. So you need 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. Now, don't adjust your color. There's nothing wrong with the color on my video. This is actually red wine vinegar. We're still going through the pandemic in 2020. Went to the local grocery store, and unfortunately they didn't have any white wine vinegar. So I'm substituting with a red one. Next, 1.5 tablespoons of dill. Okay, you need to chop it up very fine. So 1.5 tablespoons. And last but not least, now this is where the punch comes in. You have to have this ingredient over everything else. So on this one, you need 2 tablespoons of, yes sir, you guessed it, garlic. Okay, this is what it's all about when it comes to tzatziki. Garlic. Chop it up very fine, and this combination here is what's gonna make you the best tasting Greek tzatziki style, authentic, just the way my grandmother used to make it. All right, so let's get into the process of putting all this stuff together, and it's really not that long, and it's not that difficult of a process. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Have faith in cooking. This is what we learned during the pandemic, and I'm enjoying it more than ever. Okay, so here we go. First things first, we put we got the coffee filter removed from the Greek yogurt, and we have it in this mixing bowl. Next up, we've drained the cucumber, and what we're gonna need to do is just make sure we've squeezed it, and let's take it out of the coffee filter carefully. put it and squeeze it one last time to drain it completely. Okay, and this is where you need to have some workout and put your muscle into it, so you can tell at 14 hours it still has a little bit of water in it. So you need to make it into a nice round ball and then get it into the yogurt. Okay, so let me just show it to you. Make sure your hands are washed, people. Okay, so we've got the yogurt and the cucumber. So let's move that over. Next up, let's add all the ingredients one at a time. First up, salt. Second up, your favorite Greek olive oil. Make sure you get it to the last drop. It's very, very important. Third up, the white wine vinegar. However, due to the pandemic, white was not available at the local market, so we're going with the red. All right, mix it in there again, right to the last drop. Next, add the dill. By the way, some people don't include dill. Okay, they go right to the garlic, but it's recommended, depending what part of Greece you're from, have some dill. Peloponiso, baby. That's where my parents were from. Last but not least, now this is the muscle garlic. This is the most important ingredient in tzatziki. All right, this is what makes it, that gives you that So like I mentioned earlier, if you're on a first date and you're gonna have tzatziki, if you're gonna survive that first date and you continue that relationship will be fortified for a lifetime. Take it from the Pandemic Cook Ligris. This is what it's all about. So let's get this puppy in there. All right, so we got all our ingredients in here. What's the next step? Simple. We got to mix it in all together. Okay, so there's different ways. You can use anything. You can use a spoon, whatever. You just got to mix it. But remember, mix it with love. Anything you do in cooking or food preparation, you have to have love into your food preparation. And you just keep working it. Oh man, I can smell the garlic here. Love it. And you got to work all angles. Don't be shy. You got to work it all around. Make sure you get all those ingredients, not on one side, but evenly. I repeat, evenly mixed in. And you'll see the tzatziki, the texture. It's very important. Textures, that's what it's all about. It's thick, so it's a good way to work out as well. Get those arms in shape, build up that extra muscles, and like I said, keep going in circles. Get into the middle. Cover up all the sides. And oh man, this is looking great. I gotta tell you, I have a aunt of mine, Aunt Georgia. She does an awesome one, and she's been doing an awesome one. It's a secret recipe she has. Every year, she just blows us away with her tzatziki. So here we're almost done, and geez, I'm out of shape. Should be making more tzatziki. And here we go, guys. 1 or 2 more minutes of getting it worked in, and you can see the texture. The smell is amazing. So I know this is going to be a hit when I get my guests to try it. Oh yeah, baby. And here we go. So, oh, yes, sir. And voila. Tzatziki. All right, take a good look at that. So you can see a little bit of the cucumber. All right, this is the piece of art. Okay, and you can have this with pita bread. You can serve it with your chicken brochette, your beef brochettes, whatever you do on the side dish. You can even do it as an appetizer, and just enjoy it. This is what it's all about. Greek cooking, baby. Love it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe, and I'll have some more, hopefully some more videos on authentic Greek cooking. All right, from the Pandemic Cook Ligris. Enjoy.